Hi, I'm Lisa Hayden with Channel 6 Central Kentucky TV, Community Focus on Washington County. And we are pleased to have with us today Craig Herald, who just received the Washington County Chamber of Commerce, was it the
Citizen of the Year?
Citizen of the Year.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very well deserved.
Appreciate that.
And I thought it was really nice at the banquet that Eric Seal kept that from you, which was really impressive, because I know you don't normally attend that event.
Right.
And you came that evening thinking that someone...
Yeah, they told me that Cindy Mattingly was going to get the award, and she does not like to get up on stage, so I was told to come to help her, encourage her to get up on the stage to receive it. And my son had a track meet that day scheduled, so I'm like, I don't know if I can come. They're like, well, you got to just come. So they even talked to my son about, hey, only do one event, so your dad has to bring you back so you can attend. And it ended up that the track meet was canceled, so I was able to come.
Wow, that was lucky.
It was.
Oh, wow.
Fate had something to do with that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, so, of course, Eric sung your praises, and we know what all you do with theater here. And what can I say about the volunteers for our theater, Washington County's
They're
theater?
Awesome bunch of great people.
Mid-Kentucky Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And you are what is your title?
I am a volunteer now.
I know you're a volunteer.
I have no titles anymore.
You used to be the...
I was the board president for a while.
Okay.
I was the interim managing director for a little bit. Then I was just a board member. And when I came off the board 2 years ago, I just said, I don't want any titles. I'll just come in and help. So I help with the lights. I help build the set. I help with the sound. So I don't want any titles. I'm retired now. I don't want any more titles.
Well, and I guess you got interested in theater because your children
Yes. Yeah.
were involved.
Mm-hmm.
So you have two
I have
sons?
two boys, and they've both done over 20 shows apiece here.
Wow.
Either as a crew member or as a casted member. So
Okay.
my oldest son Lance is in Monty Python Spamalot that's going on right now. He is Prince Herbert. And then my youngest son was the ringmaster in Come to the Circus. That was last month. So they are both really involved in
Now
in
the
theater.
older one, what's his name again?
Lance.
Lance. And he has been in how long?
He started in 2012, summer of 2012.
Okay.
And then my youngest one, Seth, he started in the spring of 13. Wizard of Oz was his first show.
Okay. Now, Lance is how old?
He will be a junior at Washington County High School this year.
Okay.
And Seth will be going into the 6th grade.
Okay.
Washington County Middle School.
So you've been helping for
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what would the theater have done without you? I have no idea.
Somebody else would have stepped up. I'm sure.
Well, you're quite handy. You are a jack of all trades, I think.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
So you certainly get a lot of credit for the lighting and things that you have done, because you have some kind of expertise in that, I think.
I have a associate's degree in audio video production. When I was young, right out of high school, I wanted to be a disc jockey. And I went to school, and my first class in television, I'm like, no, I don't want to do radio, I want to do TV. So I finished out and got an associate's degree in audio video production and worked freelance at a production company for a little bit. And then I said, I'm not making any money, so I went to the Army and spent my career in the Army. I hadn't touched any type of light or soundboard since 1988, and then in 2013, I picked it right back up. It was the same technology. It was all analog still. So we have since moved on to digital stuff. So I've had a learning curve to get into, but it's been really neat relearning the stuff that I learned so long ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah, really. So yeah, we're coming up in the world at our theater here.
Yes.
Getting the digital.
Yeah.
So we invested a little money, I think, in that.
Yes.
And I'm just delighted that you can actually operate it.
So am I.
I couldn't. So with your background obviously helped.
It helped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. Well, golly, I didn't realize all of that background you had in that. You ought to be working for Channel 6.
Maybe after my sons graduate high school.
Yeah, I'm sure Gary
else.
would be happy to have you. We, you know, it's good to have people with that type of knowledge. And so you wanted to go into TV, but now, do you like being in front of the camera?
No. I'm comfortable doing it. It was funny in class, nobody wanted to be talent. Everybody wanted to be behind the scenes. And I want to be a technical director. I like pushing buttons. And they're like, no, we need somebody to be the host. So I would always end up having to be the talent for our class projects. I'm like, I just want to be in the control booth and push buttons. So they keep trying to get me to get on stage up there. And I'm like, well, if I go on stage, then nobody will be running sound. So,
well, I was going to ask you about that because I don't think you have been in any productions, have you? As far as acting on stage. Yeah.
I did in my younger time. When I did several high school shows, and then I performed after I got out of high school a little bit also. But they needed somebody to fill in as Prince Herbert's dad in this show. So Lance came up to me, he's like, Dad, can you be my dad in the show? And I started laughing, like, well, if I do that, then nobody will be running the soundboard, and I'm not going to do it. So they had to find somebody else.
Well, shoot. Well, you might just have to try your hand at that at some point now.
I'll sit in the control booth and make my rude remarks. I'm the grumpy old man from the Muppet Show.
Well, I know that you've spent a lot of time down here at the theater.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much, but of course, you know, I guess you're there for all the rehearsals, and you have to be for everything.
There are three of us. Alex Hall's our production manager. Dennis Shane is another one of our volunteers, and the three of us are kind of the crew that build everything. And you know, we adjust the lights. You know, Alex climbs the ladder. I don't like to get up on the ladder, so Alex and Dennis can get up the ladder. And you know, we work really good as a team. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's like hanging out. We'll come in here and we're working, but we're hanging out having fun. So it's just, you know, three guys that enjoy company and camaraderie. We build something and then we tear it down and start again.
Well, it's amazing what kind of sets that we have here. And I know that you have a lot to do with that. So that's just great. And I guess you're always in need of volunteers, right?
We always need volunteers. If somebody just wants to come in and help paint, or if they want to grab a screw gun and put a set together, we always need volunteers. Right now we're getting ready for a show, and it opens on Friday. We need quite a bit of the set painted. So they're, you know, the kids are done with school right now, so they're able to come in during the day. But it's kind of difficult because we're in building and then they're in trying to paint, so we don't want to be cutting something and sawdust get on the paint. So it's kind of hard to manage the time for us to do construction and then other people come in and paint. So it takes a little bit of coordination, but we'll get it done.
Yeah. So then now, of course, you indicated before that you spent your career in the service.
Yes.
And thank you for your service, by the way.
You're welcome.
I know you retired from the military. You were in the Army.
26 years.
Oh, wow. So, Craig, I might have to tell you, like they told me earlier, you don't look your age.
Well, thank you.
So that's, and thank you, again, thank you for that. And so now, you're not from Springfield?
I am not. My ex-wife is from Springfield, and when I retired, we were still married, and I said, well, when I retire, we'll move wherever you want to go. And she said, I want to move to the beach. And I had just done hurricane relief for Hurricane Katrina and Rita, and I'm like, let's go visit the beach, but I don't want to live there. I don't want to get washed away by, you know, the powers. So she said, well, let's move to Springfield. And we ended up moving down here, and been here 7 years now, and this is my home.
Well,
I really like
great.
it. It's my home by choice.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Franklin, Ohio. It's just north of Cincinnati.
Okay. So not too far.
That's about
probably
2.5 hour drive.
You probably have family there.
Lots of family up there still, yeah.
So you're close enough to visit.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my sister and her family come down to see the shows all the time also. And then me and my oldest, we like to deer hunt, so we'll go up to Ohio during deer season. It's a family reunion almost up there. We'll go up for a week and deer hunt, so a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, shoot, you can invite them down here to deer hunt.
Exactly.
We've got plenty of that here.
Exactly. Yes.
So, matter of fact, I don't even think you have to go hunting. You can just drive down the road, Bloomfield Road, and probably hit one.
I got one a couple years ago.
Did you? Oh, I tell you, that's a scary thing.
It is.
I'm glad you weren't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably demolished the car.
It did some damage to it, but
yeah.
Mud's Body Shop fixed it up for me.
Well, good.
Little plug for them.
Yeah. They've done a few of mine too. So now we've got the production coming up this weekend, Spamalot, which sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about that.
Last night was the first rehearsal I sat in on, and it's based off of Monty Python's Holy Grail. It's a musical version of it, and it is hilarious. We have cast from Louisville, Bardstown, Springfield, Lebanon. It's just a remarkable cast. We have several people. It's the first time at Central Kentucky Theater doing the performance, and I was really impressed with what I saw last night. So it's going to be it's an amazing set. It's a really great cast. It's going to be a very funny show.
I think that we have some people coming to perform that used to be in our Central Kentucky Theater. I think earlier I said Mid-Kentucky Arts, which of course it's all under that now through the city. But I think is Charlotte Campbell?
No, Gwen. Her little sister is in.
Gwen is here then for that.
Yes.
And so that's nice. And I don't know, are there any others that
used to be in?
Yeah.
Yes. Joseph Mattingly, Alex Mattingly, Craig Holmes. Let's see who else. There's Seth Carrico just graduated, so he was in our youth actors. So he is back. Lance, my son, Justin Burns is in the youth company right now also.
Okay.
So
good crew, very good crew.
Really good crew. They're very impressive. Some hard dances that they're doing also.
Wow.
And you can get tickets online at centralkytheater.com.
Okay, great. You can go ahead and pay for those in advance now.
Yeah.
And with your credit card, and that's all real handy. And of course, the night of the show or at the performance, you can use your credit card then.
Yes, they have.
If you haven't paid in advance.
Correct. And I tell you, this is going to be a good show, so make sure you get your tickets early.
Probably a good idea to go ahead and get those.
When we did Lady Day 2 months ago, it sold out, so people would come to the door looking to get tickets, and we were sold out, so we had to turn some people away.
Yeah.
So get your tickets early so you don't have to get turned away at the door.
And I'm sure there are people in our listening audience that have not been in the new theater because with the new seats, it is uptown.
Yeah. Eric Seal,
it is first class.
Eric Seal has done a wonderful job doing renovations to the theater. So we've turned the stage around, we've turned the seating around, we are now on risers, we have more comfortable seats, we have a new sound system, there's a projection screen now, so this summer I think they're talking about screening movies upstairs also through tourism.
So anyway, those are great things happening in Springfield.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we just want to thank you, Craig, for being a part of all of that and making things go so well here in Springfield. And certainly you're much deserving of the Citizen of the Year award.
Thank you.
And so congratulations and thank you for being here today.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Lisa.